Alabama Moon, Chapter 31, page 177. I told Hal and his daddy what Kit and I had been doing. Mr. Mitchell drove along and smiled at my stories and drank from his whiskey bottle. After a while, he pulled off the road and got out of the truck and walked around the passenger side. Hal slid over and got behind the wheel. "Hal gonna drive us?" I asked. "Boy can drive a bus. He can sure enough drive my truck for me," Mr. Mitchell said as he climbed back in. We crossed the Black Warrior River, and I stared down at the muddy water below. It reminded me of the cedar bluff overlooking the Noxubee River where Mama and Pap were buried. "You make it out before it got cold on you, Hal?" "Barely. I followed the creek like you said and come out on the road about dark. Some old fellow came along and let me ride with him. He was pretty jumpy about the dogs crammed in his car, and he was eyeing me like he knew I was up to something. I finally got him to drop me off at a place I recognized, and I walked the rest of the way. I don't think he figured out anything about who I was, 'cause ain't nobody been to Daddy's looking for me." We parked near a clear water creek just outside a town called Clinton. Mr. Mitchell dug around in his toolbox until he found a can of Spam. Hal pulled a loaf of bread from behind the seat, and we made lunch on the tailgate. It had been a long time since I had any meat with fat in it, and I was sorry there wasn't a whole can just for me. Mr. Mitchell's place outside of Union was just how I pictured it would be from Hal's description. His trailer was old and yellowed and had tires on top to keep the wind from blowing the roof off. The bloodhounds came running around the corner and jumped up and scraped at the truck. "I don't guess you'll be needing a place to put your things, will you, Moon?" "No, sir. I don't have any things." They showed me a mattress I could sleep on in Hal's room and said it was the best they had to give me. The little wiener dog was already lying on it, and she looked at me like she was giving up her spot. "She gonna get mad at me?" "Nah," Hal said. "Just scoot her over. She'll get under the covers with you at night. She likes getting under things and crawling in holes. Daddy had to dig her out of an armadillo hole last week. She was down there for 2 days. She get it?" "Heck yeah, she got it," Mr. Mitchell said. "Them dogs is crazy. She got dead squirrels lying all around the yard like dish rags." "What's her name?" "Says Daisy on the tag." I lay down on the mattress beside Daisy. Next to lying on leaves and red bugs, this feels pretty good. Mr. Mitchell nodded at me and walked towards the room at the end of the hall. "I'll see you boys later," he said. Hal told me his daddy usually took a long nap in the afternoon, and we see him for supper and bottle shooting later. He showed me where the bathroom was and gave me everything I needed for a shower. "How many bugs you think you got in your hair?" "Probably a bunch," I said. "Daddy ain't gonna like bugs getting in the mattress. He already got onto the wiener dogs about fleas." "Well then, I reckon we ought to shave it all off after I take a shower. Spring's about to be here anyway." I used some soap that they had for cleaning grease off your hands and scrubbed the dirt off of me. My fingernails and toenails had pine sap under them, and we used gasoline to soften it and scrape it out with a pocket knife. After that, Hal gave me some of his old clothes to wear in place of my Pinson uniform. I pulled on the blue jeans and a t-shirt that said "Mo Bandy" on it and looked at Hal. "Fit pretty good," I told him. "Yeah, last time I used 'em I was about your size." Mr. Mitchell had mashed some wooden crates into the mud and covered them with plywood for a front porch. Hal set up some chairs for us and ran an extension cord out of the trailer to plug his daddy's electric razor into. As he shaved my head, I looked out over the clay pit and let the hair fall over my shoulders and into my lap. "I can see why he likes this place," I said. "You can shoot guns all day long out here. Not too many places you can shoot guns all day long. Daddy'll be awake in a while, and we can set up some bottles." I nodded. "Sounds good. You know, Sanders still has my rifle." "Not much way to get it now." "Your daddy let you take his truck by yourself?" Hal stopped shaving me. "Yeah, but I ain't taking you to get your gun from Sanders." "How about you taking me to get my pap's gun?" "At your old home?" "Yeah." "Heck with that. We're going to let the law cool off a little bit. Daddy said even if you didn't want to come back with us, we should come warn you to stay hidden for a while." "Okay," I said. We can wait a while, but I'm glad you came and got me. I don't want to be out there by myself anymore. Once Kit gets better, we'll figure something out. You know how I can talk to him? He's probably too sick to talk to you. When he gets better, though, the radio said what hospital he's at. We can go up to the laundromat and use the payphone to call in a few days. I thought he was gonna die out there. I've never felt so bad about anything my whole life. I should have told him to bring some medicine. You didn't know. Pap was wrong about a lot of things. You can't make every kind of medicine in the forest. I can't make everything Kit needs.